I'm back. And now that I have on my glasses, I can actually find that plus new icon. It is right here at the top of our navigational bar. Isn't that something? Okay, so I'm going back to section 3.7 for the banking. I'm now going to follow the instructions and click on the plus new icon. And under the other category, I'll click where it says bank deposit. This is what steps you would take to record a deposit into the QuickBooks software. We're going to select transfer to record a transfer between our company bank account. So let's see, where do we see transfer? How are my glasses now? Do you all see transfer? I don't see. Let's go here to see what instructions they gave us. Okay, so basically this is giving you the different options. So you can't do both. So let me go back. So you would click bank deposit to do a bank deposit. If you want to do a transfer, you go back to plus new. Under other, you would click on the transfer, and that's the transfer of funds from one bank account over to the next. Okay, figure it out. They're just showing you the different options that we have. But now we are going to do an actual deposit. Okay. So we're going to go back to QuickBooks, click on the plus new, click on bank deposit. This deposit is coming from the owner. So where it says to select account, it's going to be our checking account, which is already there. The date is 01/01/2023. Check. Then where it says in the add fund to the deposit selection. So let's find that, which is here. For the account, which is here, the account is going to be the owner's equity account. That account number should be 3003. So we're going to just type in owner's investment. There it is. It should come up automatically while you start typing it in. Description can be left blank. The payment method is going to be by check. The reference number is going to be 5,000, and the amount of the deposit is going to equal $10,000. Okay. So once you put in your information, we don't need to necessarily add a file or anything to it. So now we just click on the save and close button. If I see save and new, I click on the drop down arrow and click where it says save and close. Okay, so we've now added the deposit and it's showing what it should look like. We just went through those steps. That's for banking. Next, for our customers and sales transaction, once again, we're going back to our plus new icon. This time, click from the customers column. And under customers, they want us to select invoice. So this is showing you the different features under customers. You can do invoices, payments received, payments, etc. It's giving you an actual rundown. But let's create an actual invoice, shall we? Okay. So going back here, going back to our plus new. This time we want to go to the invoice section and then choose customer. So plus new, and we're going to click on invoice. We're going to click the customers from the drop-down list, and we don't have any customers. So that's just, again, more of a description of what it looks like. I believe we're going to now do an actual invoice. Maybe not. Okay. That was just more informational. So we'll go on to section 3.9 under vendors and expenses. And again, going back to your plus new, we're going to cancel out of here. We didn't really do anything. Going back to the plus new, now if you click on the vendors, you see these are the different items you have up under your vendor list. And so right now that appears to be more informational for the vendors. So we're not going to actually create any expenses right now, but you can see the steps for actually doing that. Okay, almost done. Then you have your employees and payroll transactions. So once again, you will click on the plus new icon under employees. You can do payroll. So there's payroll transactions we can do. Now, we are not going to switch to premium and pay any money. So please don't select that. We're going to use the free payroll features that are within the QuickBooks software. Okay, but as of right now, we're going to get to payroll employees once we get to chapter 8. All right, and then for the journal entry again, we went there before, but now we'll find a different way of getting there. One good thing about QuickBooks, often there's more than one way to get to the same function. But if I go back to my plus new, and now I just click on journal entry, and this is where you record a general journal and save that actual transaction. Okay, so for the most part, it appears that the instructions in chapter 3 does mirror the QuickBooks Online software. One last thing for the recurring transaction, and again, this is if you had a bill that's going to be the same every month, like a car note, rent, etc. You can set it up where that transaction is going to um, reoccur every month. So let's go through that process of how to go through that process to that feature. So going back to QuickBooks, close out of here, click on the gear icon, and then from there, select recurrent transactions. So the gear icon, select here, recurrent transaction, and whichever transaction that was, so we will select new to create a recurrent transaction. And if it's a bill, then you will select the actual bill that you want to have to recur on a monthly basis. And you will put in, the actual vendor, the supplies company or whatever. You would put in all the information, and then that bill would actually recur at whatever time period you tell it. So if it's going to be every month, once a month, twice a month, whatever the time period will be, you set the information for that. Okay, actually, I do want to X without saving. So those are the different types of transactions that we covered here in chapter 3. We look at banking transaction, customer transaction. We're going to look at some vendor transaction as well as some employee transactions. Okay, so that's going to conclude our chapter 3 QuickBooks Online video lecture. Have a great day.